Hi everyone, my name is Sanjeev. In this video, I'm going to demo how to create complex data type in RAML specification. I have logged into the my Anypoint platform account. I will click Start Designing and go to Design Center. Here I will select the project Online Complex Data Type Demo. In this RAML specification, I have two endpoints /order and /order/id. /order have one get method which returns the array of the order type, and /order/id returns the single order. So it takes the type as a order type. We can test it. Get all order returns array of the orders, and /order/id returns single order. So here is the types we declare, data types. One data type is order type, another one is product type. Let me show you the order type definition. This is my order type and this is a product type. Now I will return the complex type from the get endpoints. So order type will have the complex type. That means I will make this order type as a complex type. I will use enumeration. I will use array, fixed value set array. I will make one-to-many relationship. So this order will contain multiple product as well that been purchased online. So let us start. So I will start with the changing these property to make it more proper. So I will first go to ID, create the type. So ID type is integer. Now we can specify, is it required? So required false. We can remove the question mark because we are using required property here to define this attribute is a required or not. This property is required or not. We can give the maximum value that this ID can take. We can give the 999, that's max value. We can specify min value. We can say 0. So it takes a positive integer in 4 digits. We can give the example, say 200, and we can write description. Order ID. So this way we are using the property for the each field and we are defining all the field properly. So we are using the type, required, max value, min value, example and description properties and defining the ID property properly. Similarly, we can define other properties also. To save the time, I already defined this order object. So I will copy this from my notepad. So we have ID that we just defined. Similarly, we have a order number of type string, required value true, example I'm providing, then description. Similarly, invoice number is string, giving example and description. Create date, example and description, and type date time. Ship date, amount is of type number. Here example is 500. We can specify the maximum value. We can say 7 digit, so 7 times 99, that's max value. We can specify precision. For precision, we can use a multiple of. Suppose we want to specify 2 digit after decimal, then we can use 0.01. That means this is a 2 digit after decimal. An example also we can change accordingly. 500.50. So this way we defined all these property. We defined some extra attributes like maximum, decimal, precision, required, and examples and descriptions. Similarly, we can define the product type as well. For ID, type is integer. Maximum, we can say 9999. Required, false. Example 1000. We can also specify min value 0. We can give description, product ID. Similarly, we can define the other properties much more better way. As we defined ID, we are taking benefit of all the attribute of the field. So to save the time, I already defined this product type, so I'm going to copy from my notepad. Pasted here. So we have name of type string. We have given example, description. Similarly, we have description of the product. Then we are specifying product type, string, example local, and color also, color of the product, string, example red. Price, we are defining number, required true, example 400. Number also we can provide the precision here. So we can give a precision using multiple of 0.01. That means we can take the value with the 2 decimal. We can change the example 450. We can also give the max value. Seven digit. That's maximum value, 7 nines. So we have a defined product and order much more formal way, much more better way. We can test it. Let me show you example as well. So these are our example. Right now we are not using product, so we will not get the product. Let me test it if it is still working. Click send. We got the result, array of the orders. Test /order/id. Try it. Order ID 100. Send. We got a single order. So it's still working. We did so many change, but it's still working. Now I will further refine the data type. So we have one field called product type in product type data type. Right here, product type. Right now it takes a string and required false. Suppose this property we want to keep the fixed value, so user can only send certain fixed values in the request or can be set in the response. So for example, product type could be just only of type local and imported. Then we can define that restrictions using enumeration. So we can specify enumeration and we can provide the fixed value set here. So suppose product type could be of local and imported. Then we can specify in the enum. So now product type can have only value local and imported. If we will set something else, an example like local 1, it won't take it, it will give error. So start giving error. So we have to use local or we can use imported. Similarly, colors. Suppose the product have many colors. We can change this property to colors and type to the array. That means colors will be of array type, so it can have multiple values, array of values. So example would be array like red, or it could have a blue. Now because colors are fixed value set and this is array, so if we want to allow only fixed value set in the array, then we have to specify what all the value this array can contain. So for that we have to use the property called items. Under items we have to specify enum, and here we need to specify what all value we need to allow in the array. So we'll give the list of colors: red, blue, green, yellow, orange. So for the value of the color, whatever array will assign to the colors property, it should contain the strings from this list. Here we are providing red and blue. Suppose we want to pass the purple, it won't take because purple is not in this enumeration list. So we have to use only values from this enumeration. So this is the way you can set the fixed value set for array, and here is the way to set the fixed values for the property of type string. So we have many things. We have enumeration, we have a fixed value set for array, we are defining type array, we are defining numbers where we can specify precision, we can specify maximum value, minimum value, all those we can do it in the data type. Now let's test it again. Hope it works. So it's working, but we are not getting product yet. Order by ID is also working. So everything is working. Now we need to use the product inside the order data type, because the order contains the list of products. So for that I will add one more property here, products. I will say type array, and I will specify what type of array. For that I will use item attribute, type, I will say type is of product type. So for that I will use include product type. So now I have provide one-to-many relationship between order and product. Now order will contain the product as well. Let me set the required attribute for this. Let's have the required false. And I will test it again. So we are getting the order, but we don't have product, because in our example we haven't provided actually the product within the order. Order by ID, okay, we got a single order. Still we don't have product because we haven't changed the example yet. Now I will change the order type, and I will make this product as a mandatory field. So I will say true. That means product need to be there in the request and response. Now I will go to the example, and here I need to set the product property. So I will say products, and we have a product as an array. So I will make it array, and here I will say ID 1000. I'll make one more product, $2000. So similarly we can add the example for other properties of the product type, but to save the time I will copy it from my notepad. pasted here. Let me indent it properly. So product is of type array. That's why we defined array here. An example. And here is ID, name, description, product type local, color, red, price. Similarly, we have product 2000, and we defined product type, description, name, color, and price. So this is the hierarchy. We have order, and then we have many product under order, and that's what we have in the data type. We have attributes, properties for the order, and then we have product, array of the product, one-to-many relationship here. That's what we define. Now I will copy this example for get all the order example, and go to orders example and copy it here. Let me check the indentation. We have to fix the indentation because this is an array of order. So it takes array. This array have just one element. It have order ID 100, and it have the product 1000 and 2000. We can change this amount with a 2 decimal. Here also we can change this to 2 decimal. So now we have proper hierarchy, complete order. It have products. Product have a product type enumeration that have value local, and then array of color, red. We can specify another type of color also, green. Here we can give one more value of array, yellow. So we have defined the example for get all orders. This is for get all order, and we have defined example for get order by ID. Now we can go to the main RAML and we can test it. Okay, there is some error. Let me check what is the error. Products should not have additional property. Okay, so product have some additional property. Let me go back to data type. Okay, here we define colors. Let me check in the examples. Okay, in example we have given the property name color. So we have to fix this. We have to make colors. We have to change colors in each product data type. Okay, we change all 4 places, so should be fine now. Okay, now we can test it. So I will go to the main RAML. Okay, we still have some error. Let me check. So product still have some additional properties. So let me go to the product. Okay, ID. Because we use the required attribute, I'm using mandatory or not mandatory, using required attribute. So I have to remove this question mark. Should be fine. Now we don't have any error. So we should be fine now. Now I will go to the main RAML and I will test it. Okay, we got the order which have the products also, array of the product. So we have a product with the ID 1000 and we have another product with ID 2000 and we have a color with the array green and we have color with the value array red. Let me test the get order by ID. We got the single order and it have the array of the product. It have two product which have the array of the color. So let me recap. We defined our property properly with using these attributes. We use the precision for number type using multiple of. I can set the example, we can give the maximum value, we can specify mandatory or not mandatory option. Similarly, integer also can have maximum minimum value. You can give example and description. Then I showed you how to create fixed value set using enumeration. And I also showed you how to define the array of a string and how we can set the fixed value for the array. So request or response array, what the value it can take. We can also specify the type here for each element. We can say string, but by default is a string. And then I added products using one-to-many relationship. So we associated order with the products and we defined array type, and here we use the items to define the what type of array it is. So it is type of product type. So we can have the products, array of the products inside order, and then in the example we set the array of the product and we provided array of the colors. We use the enumeration value for the product type, local or imported. So we can extend this one-to-many relationship. We can have a more complex product, can have parts, it can have any other complex type, and order can have a shipping object like that. So we can extend this complexity depending on the need. So this is all in this video. I wanted to show you how to create complex type, how to define complex type, and how to define relationship between one object type with another, and how to use enumeration, how to use array, how to define the fixed value set for array, how to define precision for the number. I hope you understood how to define the complex data type in RAML and how to use it in RAML specification. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.